about the ratio analysis?
Yes, sir.
Ratio analysis is completed.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ratio analysis, fund flow, cash flow is last.
Okay, first three blocks completed. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So fourth and fifth blocks is my topics to cover. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then coming to your accounting for management, you concentrate on the first unit and the last unit for the theory purpose. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
So basics for accounting, basics of accounting. What is accounting? Advantages of accounting, limitations of accounting. Accounting principles means concepts and conventions. The difference between financial accounting and management accounting. The difference between management accounting and cost accounting. Like that, Say yes or no. Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
So participate in the class. Say yes or no. That's it. Okay. So first block and the second block, unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comes under the first block. So all relating to the theoretical information only, exams in the exam also. So what sir asked me to, so how to teach, how to overview on the basis of exam point of view, because these are the counseling classes, these are not technically classes to complete the syllabus. So we have to counsel, we are the counselors. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first unit, basic theory of accounting framework actually. So there you have to study financial accounting basics. What is the meaning of accounting? So you can simply say, Sarita madam might have told you what is accounting. You might have studied in the BCom also. So accounting is not purely science. You're not learning purely science. This is getting disturbance. Can you off your mic? So whenever required, you open the mic and talk. Okay, na? Off mic. Oppo A9. Thank you. So whenever you want to say about the accounting is not purely science and a purely art. So accounting is a science as well as the art. So why science? You are learning scientifically. Why art? There is no standard principles to apply. So for example, if you go to any science, there must be the standard principles. For example, if you take the mathematics, whoever apply the formula with the figures will get the same answer. For example, if you take the chemistry, whatever, so this ml of this liquid, that ml of that liquid, if you combine it, that result will come. You do the same result, I do the same result, anybody does the same result. So in the pure sciences, experiment, how many times you do the same experiment, you will get the same result. But coming to the accounting, will not get the same. So that you have to apply your brain, you have to apply your knowledge. So that accounting is not a purely science, there is a science as well as art. Then what is the science and art? So accounting is a science and art of identification, measurement, recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting, and communicating. So total 8 activities will come: identification, measurement, recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting, and communicating the financial information of an organization to interested parties. Are you getting it? Are you getting my voice clearly?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So this is the meaning of accounting actually. So whenever you are required to write the meaning of accounting, write like that. Accounting is a science and art of identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting, communicating the financial information of an organization to the interested parties for decision making. So how many activities covered by the accounting? 8 activities covered by the accounting. What is the first activity? Identification. What do you mean by identification? So when you take a business, what do you mean by business? You're busy in something to earn something. That will be called as business. So primary objective of the business is to earn the profit. Unless otherwise this objective is not there, no business will survive in the society. So business, primary motive of the business, primary objective of the business is to earn the profit. So how they earn the profit? By having an activities. What activities? Inflows and outflows of cash. Inflows and outflows of cash. That's what you learned in the third block called cash flow analysis and fund flow analysis. So inflow of the funds, outflow of the funds. Inflow of the cash, outflow of the cash. So these inflows and outflows must be matched. Then you will get the result. Inflows are more, outflows are less. You will get the result called profit. Outflows are more, inflows are less. You will get the result called loss. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
So,
Yeah,
so,
yes, sir.
so whatever activities are happening, whatever happenings are taking place in the business, those are to be identified. So first activity of accounting is identification. What to identify? What is happening in the business to be identified? What activities are happening in the business to be identified? Occurrences, activities, events of the business to be identified. Sales made, purchase made, salary paid, rent paid. So these all will be called as events of the business. Those have to be identified. Purchased, goods sold, salaries paid, interest paid, income received, discount allowed, discount received, commission paid, commission earned. These all will be called as events of the business. So these events to be identified first. Then after identification of these events, you have to attribute monetary term to that event. So event must be measured in terms of money. Salaries paid, how much? Measurement. So 5,000 paid. That measurement has to do. So after identification of events of the business, you have to measure in terms of money. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Okay. So first you have to identify the events of the business. Then those events have to be measured in terms of money. So when you measure the events of the business, then only those become transactions of the business. When you want to say the transaction means event measured in terms of money. For example, salaries paid, no measurement, then that will not be a transaction. How much salary paid, then you measure in terms of money, then that will become a transaction. So first you have to identify the events of the business, then measure those events in terms of money. After measurement in terms of money, then only those events will convert into the transaction. You can say in the form of transaction. You can say that is as a transaction. So when you say that is transaction, transactions are eligible to record. Third activity of accounting is recording. So identification, measurement, recording. Say yes or no? Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So if say yes or no, then I will understand that you are listening something. Okay. So whenever you identified events of the business, then measured in terms of money, then those events will become transactions. When you say that is a transaction of the business, there is a process of recording. Then why recording means writing on a paper? Simple. So take a book, write it. That will be called as a recording. Then why we have to record the transactions of the business? Why we are doing this business? Because of profit. So when you want to identify the profit or the loss result of the business, you have to match. You have to match incomes and expenses, revenues and expenses. So you cannot identify the result of the business in a day. You cannot identify the result of the business not for the week, not for the month, not for the quarter, not for the half year. So one accounting year will be considered. So you have to take 12 months gap for the identification of the result of the business. Means all transactions are taking place in these 12 months have to memorized. You have to remember. But human memory is very limited. You cannot memorize all the transactions for a whole year because we are having a habituation of forgetting. Manaki memory takwa. We cannot memorize because only 5 transactions in a year ante gurtu pettukuntam. But lakhs of transactions, thousands of transactions in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, you cannot remember. That is the reason you have to record on a paper. So when you have a process of recording, there is a requirement of remembering. Say yes or no? So you have to write on a paper. Don't write, not to write in the form of sentences. So you have to follow some accounting procedure. That accounting procedure, first we write, first we record all transactions of the business in the form of journal entries in the book of journal. So in the recording stage, we prepare book of journal. We open a book called journal. In that we write transactions of the business in the form of a journal entry. So identification is over, measurement is over. These two happens in mind only. Then after measurement, that event will become a transaction. Whenever you say that is transaction, how to record it. Recording will done in the book called journal in the form of journal entry. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So journal entry
Yes.
means what? Journal entry means what? Each and every transaction will have a twofold effect. Two effects will be there. One will be
Receiver and
receiving effect and giving effect.
okay.
So receiving effect means debit effect, giving effect means credit effect. So there is no meanings for the debit and credit in the dictionary. So by practicing from so many years, we have identified the meanings of debit and credit. So father of accounting is Luca Pacioli. Who is the father of accounting?
Luca Pacioli.
Luca Pacioli. Luca Pacioli is a French scientist, a French person who identified, you invented accounting, so that he will be considered as father of accounting. So that receiving, giving, coming, going, he is not feeling happy. Then he invented two words. For example, he invented two words called debito and credito. In French, debito and credito. For example, what is the meaning of debit and credit means he also doesn't know. For example, one person having a bath and got idea about the bulb. Immediately he said Eureka. Eureka meaning is no meaning is there for that. But just that word has come from your mouth. Now we are using, whenever you get a new idea, you are saying Eureka. But that is not having any meaning. For example, if someone hurts you, then you immediately, for example, someone pinch you, immediately you say ouch, you say no, ouch, there is no meaning for the ouch, just that is an expression of something about pain. Right or not? Same thing, he used two words called debito and credito. Then he has not explained the meaning also. But he tried to use the debito for the receiving aspect, credito for the giving aspect. So each and every transaction will have two effects, debit effect to credit effect to. Debit means receiving, credit means giving. Debit means coming, credit means going. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Debit means
Yes,
coming
sir.
in, credit means out, going out. So these two meanings we identified. Dictionary has not given meaning. Luca Pacioli also not given meaning. From so many years we are practicing the accounting. As an accountant, we identified the meaning for the debit and credit. So that each and every transaction to be taken first, then you have to identify how many accounts involved in that. So each and every transaction must involve two or more accounts, not single account. For example, so Ram started business with 10,000. For example, who started business? Ram. With what amount? 10,000. 10,000 is the cash. Cash is one account. Ram is other account. Ram is the owner. Owner name should not be mentioned so that he will bring that 10,000 for capital. One is the cash account, other one is the capital account. For example, sold goods for cash. So cash is coming in, goods are going out. So that cash is one account and sales is other account. Purchased goods for cash. Cash is going out, goods are coming in. Cash is one account, purchase other account. Salaries paid. So you paid salaries, cash is going out, cash one account. Why you paid? Because of salary, salaries other account. Rent paid. Rent is one account, cash is other account. Like that, each and every transaction must have two accounts or more accounts. Sometimes some transaction will have more than two accounts also. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then, for example, Ram brought cash for investment, so that cash, capital, two accounts are there. In these two accounts, one account is the receiving effect, other account is having the giving effect. So what is coming in? Cash. So cash debit, because coming is debit, receiving is debit. Who is giving? Ram. Can you write the Ram name? No, because that is the owner of the business. Owner of the business, owner name should not be mentioned in the books of accounts. So he is giving for capital. So capital represents owner.
Sir is not there. Hello.
I think sir voice is not audible.
Some network issue, I think so.
He is back.
Sir, we
ఏమైంది?
are not.
నన్ను బయట పంపించేసారు ఎందుకు?
Sir.
ఎప్పుడు వెళ్ళిపోయా నేను కంటిన్యూ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాను.
Oh my God.
ఎక్కడ? సో ఓకే, సో క్యాష్ అకౌంట్ డేటా టు క్యాపిటల్, అది అక్కడ వరకు ఉన్నామా?
More than 2 accounts after that you
More
were
than
saying.
so each and every transaction will have more than 2 accounts. So for example, when Ram is invested 10,000 into the business, we are the accountants to the business, not to the owner. Remember that. So those who are writing books of accounts relating to the business, that person will be called as an accountant. That person, that accountant is the accountant for the business, but not to the owner. So that all accountants how to write, how to maintain books of accounts on the basis of on behalf of business, but not on behalf of owner. Say yes or no?
Yeah, got it, sir.
Got it. Then, so when Rami is invested 10,000, cash is coming in, then he is giving. So debit, receiving is expect to be debited, giving aspect to be credited. Cash is coming in, so that to be debited. Ram is giving, so that Ram to be credited. Ram not to write, name has not to be mentioned in the books of accounts because he is the owner. He is giving that cash for the capital purpose, so that capital will be created. Journal entry will be cash account data to capital account. This is how we write journal entries in the recording stage. So identification, measurement, recording. Salaries paid, salaries account data to cash. Rent paid, rent account data to cash. Goods purchased, purchase account data to cash. Sold goods, cash account data to sales. Like that we write journal entries. So you know, because you are the MCOM student, so that need not to teach the journal entries for you. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So that, so in recording stage, we write the journal entry. That is the third activity of accounting. Then after writing journal entry, we write something. What you write under the journal entry? After writing journal entry, under the journal entry, within the bracket, you write something.
Yes, sir. Ledger.
Under
Ledger?
journal entry, within the brackets, you write something. After
That is statement, sir. Statement. What we did.
Please answer me. You can
Narration statement.
Narration. What do you mean by narration here? What is narration?
That is a simple statement.
It's
a simple statement of
very good. Explanation of your journal entry. Simple, na? Whatever entry you have written above, for that is the explanation. Is that right or not?
Yes, sir.
Then why you have to why have to write the explanation? What is the reason to write explanation? What is the reason to write explanation? Are you getting my voice?
I think it is custom.
No. So accounting is an art, I said no. Accounting is not purely science and
Yes.
art. A layman also has to understand what I am writing. My accounting should understand by even by a layman, the person who has not known accounting. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So those who know accounting will, by seeing the journal entry, will understand. That person who has not known accounting, by seeing that narration, will understand what is the transaction is. Okay, now that is
Okay,
the
sir.
purpose. That is the purpose. Narration will be recorded under the journal entry. Journal narration is nothing but to explanation relating to the journal entry. The person who know the accounting will understand by seeing the journal entry. The person who don't know the accounting, who does not know the accounting, will understand by that narration. Am I right or not? You might have heard two words called bookkeeping and accounting. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The bookkeeper is a person who write journal entries, who post into ledgers, and who prepare trial balance. Till that bookkeeper works ends. After preparation of trial balance, final accounts will be prepared. That is the activity of an accountant. So bookkeeper need not to have much knowledge. So that by seeing the narration, accountant also will understand whether bookkeeper has written journal entry right or wrong. Okay, now. So bookkeeper is a clerk, is a person less experienced, no, so that he may write wrong journal entry. By seeing that narration, accountant will understand whether he has written right entry or wrong entry. If he has written wrong entry, will rectify it. So narration purpose is two purposes. One is a layman has to understand the transaction. Number two, accountant has to know what is the transaction exactly and whether journal entry is written as right or wrong. He will take a decision. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
this is the purpose of narration. So these are the simple things we'll understand, how to understand actually. So why narration? Maybe asked in the interviews also, why narration will be required in the journal entry? There are two purposes. Accounting is that a layman has to understand. Non-accounting students also must understand what is the transaction is, what is the journal entry is. That is the narration will be recorded. Then accountant, when account is verifying the journal book of journal to identify errors, then he will read the narration also, what is the transaction exactly for the journal entry is. Okay, now. Am I boring you?
No, sir.
Are you getting new information at least?
Yes, sir.
So after recording, identification is over, measurement is over, recording. In recording stage, we prepare journals. Journal entries. We write journal. After writing all transactions in the form of journal entries, then we have to classify all journal entries into particular categories. For example, journal entries will be recorded in the chronological order. What do you mean by chronological order? Date wise or time wise? Am I right or not? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
So journals will not be recorded according to all sales journals at one place, all purchase journals one place, all expenses at one place, all revenues at one place. No. How transactions taking place in the same sequence, we write our journal entries. Then after a week, manager called you and asked you what is the total sales of this week. Then what to do? You have to go to journal, open the journal. From first day onwards till today, you have to read all journal entries, identify the sales transactions, total it, and how to say. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
That will take much time, For example, 1,000 transactions a day. And 6 days ki 6,000 transactions. All 6,000 has to read and I have to identify where the sales is. Instead of that, if all sales are at one place, all purchases are at one place, all cash transactions at one place, easy to say no. Total, just you do the total and tell me immediately. Within a second, you can say. For that purpose, all accounts have been classified. All journals will be classified by preparing the ledger accounts. So journals will be posted into ledgers. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So writing journals at the stage of recording, then preparation of ledgers at the stage of classification.
Yes.
Okay, na? So all accounts will be classified by preparing the ledger accounts. లెజర్ అకౌంట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసిన తర్వాత లెజర్స్ ని బ్యాలెన్సెస్ చేస్తాం. రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్?
Yes.
What do you mean by balancing? Debit ఎక్కువ ఉందా, క్రెడిట్ ఎక్కువ ఉందా చూస్తాం. whether debit is more, credit is more. If debit is more, debit total చేసేసి క్రెడిట్ వైపు బ్యాలెన్స్ చేస్తాం. క్రెడిట్ is more, క్రెడిట్ టోటల్ చేసేసి డెబిట్ వైపు బ్యాలెన్స్ చేస్తాం. టు బ్యాలెన్స్ క్యారీ డౌన్, బై బ్యాలెన్స్ క్యారీ డౌన్స్ అని రాస్తాం. ఐఎమ్ రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్?
Yes, sir.
So by taking those balances, all balances will be summarized at one place. That will be called as summarization, identification, measurement, recording, classifying. Recording stage name of journal entries, so classification stage name of ledger accounts. Then now summarization. Summarizing what? All ledger balances, taking together and writing at one place. That will be called as summarization. In the stage of summarization, we prepare trial balance. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Why you prepare the trial balance? To check the arithmetical accuracy and to locate the errors. Why you prepare the trial balance? Either to check the arithmetical accuracy of your recording. Second purpose is to check the errors, to identify the errors. Krishna garu, to identify the errors. Okay na? So trial balance, if trial balance get tallied, your assumption is that there is no errors. Then all amounts have written right. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir. I had one doubt.
Ask me, sir.
Then in between, what is the use of the subsidiary books, sir?
Subsidiary books, right? So for example, if you are preparing journal, right? What is the primary book? Journal. For example, రోజులో ఒక 100 transactions ఉన్నాయా సార్? 10 ఉన్నాయి రాసేయొచ్చు. ఓకేనా? రోజులో, for example, your organization size is very big. You are taking 10,000 transactions a day. Can you write all 10,000 journal entries in the form of journal entries?
No, sir.
So time will not be sufficient. Then only one person has to write. No, only one person కదా రాయాల్సింది. ఇద్దరు ముగ్గురిని అరేంజ్ చేయలేవు కదా జర్నల్స్ రాయడానికి. కాబట్టి ఈ జర్నల్ ని సబ్ డివిజన్ చేసేస్తాం. So book of journal will be divided into subdivisions and each division will be given to different persons. Then those will be called as subsidiary books. So instead of preparing journal, why we are not preparing journal? Our amount of transactions are very large. Only one person has to maintain the journal, so that one person cannot write those many transactions. So that simple journal will be divided into subdivisions.
Those we call it as subsidiary books.
అప్పుడు ఏమవుతాము? సబ్సిడరీ బుక్స్, గూడ్స్ జర్నల్స్, క్యాష్ జర్నల్స్, బిల్స్ జర్నల్స్, జర్నల్ ప్రాపర్స్ అని 4 గా డివైడ్ చేస్తాం. గూడ్స్ జర్నల్స్ పర్చేస్ బుక్, సేల్స్ బుక్, సేల్స్ రిటర్న్స్, పర్చేస్ రిటర్న్స్. ఈ 4 పుస్తకాలు 4కి ఇవ్వచ్చు. క్యాష్ జర్నల్స్ క్యాష్ బుక్, క్యాషియర్ ఉంటాడు. బిల్స్ జర్నల్లో బిల్స్ రిసీవబుల్, బిల్స్ పేయబుల్ ఇద్దరికి ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఏవైనా ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఈ దాంట్లో రాకపోతే ఇంకొక సపరేట్ బుక్ ఓపెన్ చేసి జర్నల్ ప్రాపర్ అంటాం.
అంటే ఈ సబ్సిడరీ బుక్స్ కూడా మనకు బుక్ కీపింగ్ ఎందుకే వస్తుంది. అయితే
బుక్ కీపింగ్ ఇంకా జర్నల్ ఉండదు కదా, జర్నల్ ప్లేస్ లో ఇవి మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం.
ఓకే థాంక్యూ.
నీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ చిన్నది, తక్కువ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, జర్నల్ ఎంట్రీస్. నీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ పెద్దది, ఎక్కువ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్, సబ్సిడరీ బుక్స్, నో జర్నల్. Did you get the concept?
Yes sir, అర్థమైంది.
రైట్. సో తక్కువ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్లు ఉండి ఉంటేనేమో బుక్ ఆఫ్ జర్నల్ సార్. ఎక్కువ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఉంటే దెన్ సబ్సిడరీ బుక్స్. So small business houses will maintain the book of journal. Large business organizations will maintain the subsidiary books. Okay na?
Okay sir.
So subsidiary books also comes under the recording stage on the journal stage only. Journal ki subsidiary books. ఇది లేదా అది, అవి రెండు కాదు. అయితే జర్నల్ లేదా సబ్సిడరీ బుక్స్ రెండు ఉండవు. కృష్ణ గారు అర్థమైంది ఇది? రైట్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ ప్రిపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ట్రయల్ బ్యాలెన్స్, వాట్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ బై ప్రిపేరింగ్ ట్రయల్ బ్యాలెన్స్? యూ విల్ కమ్ టు నో దట్ ట్రయల్ బ్యాలెన్స్ క్రెడిట్లు డెబిట్లు ఈక్వల్. డెబిట్ బ్యాలెన్సెస్ ఆఫ్ లెజర్ అకౌంట్స్ ద డెబిట్ కాలమ్, క్రెడిట్ బ్యాలెన్సెస్ ఆఫ్ లెజర్ అకౌంట్స్ ద క్రెడిట్ కాలమ్ రాసి టోటల్ చేస్తాం. రెండు సమానంగా వచ్చింది అనుకో, అవర్ అజంప్షన్ ఇస్ దట్ దేర్ ఈస్ నో ఎర్రర్స్. అంతే కదా?
Yes, sir.
So when there is no errors, happy ending your year ending వచ్చేస్తుంది. This trial balance is the basis for the preparation of final accounts. Final accounts ఎందుకు ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తాము? To find out the result of the business, to identify the financial position of the business. Financial position of the business. Okay na? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So result of the business will be identified by preparing trading account to profit and loss account. Financial position will be identified by preparing the balance sheet. Okay na? Trading account to profit and loss account to result కోసం, balance sheet to financial position కోసం. Okay na?
Okay. Okay, sir.
సో
Yes, sir.
ఈ మూడింటిని కలిపి ఏమంటాం మనం? ఫైనల్ అకౌంట్స్ అంటాం. అంతే కదా?
అంతే సార్.
సో ఈ ఫైనల్ అకౌంట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసే స్టేజ్ ని అనాలిసిస్ స్టేజ్ అంటాం. ఏమంటాము? అనాలిసిస్ ఆఫ్ ద ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై ద రిజల్ట్స్ అండ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ పొజిషన్. సో ఇన్ ద స్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ అనాలిసిస్ వి ప్రిపేర్ ద ఫైనల్ అకౌంట్స్. సో ఫస్ట్ ది రికార్డింగ్ మైండ్ లోనే జరుగుతుంది. ఫస్ట్ ది ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ మైండ్ లో జరుగుతుంది. మెజర్మెంట్ మైండ్ లో జరుగుతుంది. రికార్డింగ్ జర్నల్ ఎంట్రీస్ ఆర్ సబ్సిడరీ బుక్స్, క్లాసిఫికేషన్ లెజర్ అకౌంట్స్, సమ్మరైజేషన్ ట్రయల్ బ్యాలెన్స్, అనాలిసిస్ ఫైనల్ అకౌంట్స్. ఓకేనా?
Yes, sir.
సో అనాలిసిస్ రిజల్ట్ ఏమొస్తుంది? ఐదర్ డెబిట్ రిజల్ట్ ఆర్ క్రెడిట్ రిజల్ట్ వస్తుంది. డెబిట్ రిజల్ట్ ఏంటిది అంటే డెబిట్ ఎక్కువ, క్రెడిట్ తక్కువ, లాస్ అవుతుంది. క్రెడిట్ రిజల్ట్ ఏంటి? క్రెడిట్ ఎక్కువ, డెబిట్ తక్కువ, ప్రాఫిట్ వస్తుంది.
Excuse me, sir.
చెప్పమ్మా.
Telugu will not understand, sir.
You are understand తెలుగు?
Yes,
Right,
sir.
no? Very good. So when debit is more, credit is less, you will say the loss. When credit is more, debit is less, you say the
Profit.
ప్రిపేర్ ట్రేడింగ్ అకౌంట్ అండ్ ప్రాఫిట్ అండ్ లాస్ అకౌంట్. రెండు అకౌంట్లు ఎందుకు? ఒకటి సరిపోతుంది కదా. సో ట్రేడింగ్ అకౌంట్ విల్ బి ప్రిపేర్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై ది గ్రాస్ రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద బిజినెస్, అంటే ఫ్యాక్టరీ లెవెల్లో. సే yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Profit and loss account will be prepared in the office level. Office expenses, administrative expenses, selling expenses, distribution expenses, ఇవన్నీ తీయడానికి ప్రాఫిట్ అండ్ లాస్ అకౌంట్. నెట్ ప్రాఫిట్ వస్తుంది. ఆ నెట్ ప్రాఫిట్ ని ఓనర్ తీసుకుంటాడు, బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తాం. సో ప్రిపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ట్రేడింగ్ అకౌంట్ ప్రాఫిట్ అండ్ లాస్ అకౌంట్ మీకు తెలుసు. ఇక్కడ కాదు, అది అప్పుడే అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది. ఇంటర్మీడియట్ డిగ్రీలో అయిపోతుంది. దెన్ కమింగ్ టు ద బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్. బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్, ఇక్కడ ఈ బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్ ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఏవైతే రేషియోస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసావు, వాట్ ఎవర్ సెకండ్ బ్లాక్ లో రేషియోస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసినావు కదా, రేషియో అనాలిసిస్ 1, రేషియో అనాలిసిస్ 2 యూ హ్యావ్ డన్. నో, most of the ratios, all ratios have been calculated on the basis of final accounts only. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So for example, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, debt equity ratio, fixed assets ratio, PV ratio. Am I right or not? These ratios all calculated, you know,
Yes, sir.
based
Yes,
on
sir.
these final accounts only. So balance sheet will give you financial position. How that financial position will be explained by the balance sheet. So accounting equation ఒక వర్డ్ ఉంది, మీకు తెలుసు కదా? అకౌంటింగ్ ఈక్వేషన్ గుర్తుందా?
Yes, sir.
Accounting equation. What do you know? Accounting equation. Accounting equation తెలుసా తెలీదా? Do you know or not?
No, sir. No.
So accounting equation, balance sheet will be prepared on the basis of accounting equation only. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
okay, sir. Okay.
Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. That will be called as accounting equation. అంటే so all liabilities and capital of the business must be equal to assets.
Assets equal to, sir?
Liabilities plus capital.
This is capital.
లయబిలిటీస్ క్యాపిటల్ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్ లో ఉంటాయి, అసెట్స్ అన్ని రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్ లో ఉంటాయి. అంతే కదా?
Yes, sir.
సో వెన్ అసెట్స్ అండ్ లయబిలిటీస్ ఆర్ బోత్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్, వేర్ ఈస్ ద ఫైనాన్షియల్ పొజిషన్? రెండు సమానంగా ఉంటాయి. ఇఫ్ లయబిలిటీస్ అండ్ అసెట్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్, సో ఇఫ్ ఐ సెల్ మై ఆల్ అసెట్స్, దోస్ ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు పే ద లయబిలిటీస్ ఓన్లీ, దెన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ద ఓనర్? వేర్ ఈస్ ద ఫైనాన్షియల్ పొజిషన్? అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలంటే, వెన్ యూ వాంట్ టు సే యువర్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఈస్ గుడ్, యువర్ అసెట్స్ మస్ట్ బి ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్. Last year 2 lakhs unte year 3 lakhs ayina, increase ayindi, then your financial position is good. Always assets must be increased. Okay na?
Okay, sir.
Always liabilities must be decreased. Every year you have to pay off the liabilities. Your liabilities must be decreased. Then capital must be increased. Accounting equation law, whenever you want to say your financial position is good, your assessed value must be increased, liability value must be decreased, capital value must be increased. Then you can say your financial position is good. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
How assets will
Yes,
be
sir.
how assets will be increased? You buy new assets every year. Okay, na? How liabilities will be decreased? You pay off the liabilities. Then how to pay off the liabilities? By not bringing from home. Capital must not be increased by bringing again from home. You earn the profit, add that profit to the capital. With that profit, pay off the liabilities and buy the assets. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So this is what balance sheet will give you information about the financial position. Financial position of the organization will be identified by preparing the balance sheet based on the accounting equation. When you can say financial position of the organization is good, assets must be increased, liabilities must be decreased, capital must be increased. Okay, na? Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Till
sir.
year
Yes, sir.
analysis is over. After analysis, this analysis result and financial position will be explained in the form of sentences that will be called as interpretation. Interpreting the result of the business, financial position of the business. Profit వచ్చింది, interpretation. ఎందుకు వచ్చింది, ఎంత వచ్చింది, ఎందుకు తగ్గింది, ఎందుకు పెరిగింది, why that is increased, why that is decreased, why profit has come, why loss has come, why less loss has come, why less profit has come. Total you have to give explanation that will be called as interpretation. Whatever final accounts you prepared, relating to those final accounts, whatever result will come, that result have to explain in terms of vocabulary in the form of sentences that will be called as interpretation. Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So identification is over, measurement is over, recording journal entries, classification ledger accounts, summarization trial balance, analysis final accounts, and interpretation in the form of sentences about the result of the financial statements, final accounts. Okay, na? Now these final accounts and interpretations have to be communicated. Evani communicate cheyala, to whom you have to communicate? The person who is interested in the result to make the decision. So this information, this financial information to be communicated to the interested parties who are going to take decisions. Ever తీసుకుంటారు? Owners. Ever తీసుకుంటారు? Managers. Who will take decisions regarding the business? Owners will take. What kind of decisions? To increase the profit, what measures to be taken? To decrease the losses, what measures to be taken? To develop the business, to expand the business, decisions will be taken. These kind of decisions will be taken by the owner based on this information. Managers కూడా decisions తీసుకుంటారు. Managers means who are managing the business will be called as managers. Managers are different, owners are different. Say yes or no? Employees decision తీసుకుంటారు. Employees also will take a decision whether to ask for more salary, more bonus, etc. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Then customers also will take the decision whether to continue as a customer to the business or not. If this business is earning continuous losses, then I cannot be loyal to your brand, because I'm habituated to your this company's products. That company is getting losses, so that anytime that the company may close, then switching from your product to other product, customer will feel bad, that is the reason customer also will inquire about your accounting information. Tarvata unions, tax departments, income tax authorities, sales tax authorities, GSTs, etc. also will inquire your accounting information. They are also interested parties. Investors, the person who wants to invest in your business in the form of giving loans, etc. also will take a decision. Banks also will take a decision. Researchers also will have a interested party. Okay, na general public adangidanga voitodu kuda interested party in the accounting information. If you complete all these 8 activities, then that will be called as an accounting. Identification, measurement, recording, classification, summarization, analyzation, interpretation, and communication. Say yes or no? Now this is the meaning of accounting. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Then now you are studying about the management accounting now. So the accounting procedure which is using by the managers will be called as management accounting or accounting for management. Are you understanding?
So,
Financial accounting is the financial accounting work is the financial accountant work is the postmortem preparation of postmortem report originally. Chachipoyaka, after death of a person, whatever postmortem report is conducting by a doctor, the same work is conducting by the financial accountant actually. Transactions అయిపోయాకనే రికార్డ్ చేసి అనలైజ్ చేస్తాడు. Before happening the transaction, he cannot do anything. Happened things only will be recorded. Not going to happen things will not be recorded. Am I right or not? So there are branches of accounting. Let's రాసుకోండి ఎక్కడైనా branches of accounting. Say yes or no?
Yes,
Branches of accounting. There are many branches. Rasko number 1, first branch of accounting. Number 1, financial accounting. Number 2, cost accounting. Raskutnara?
yes, sir.
You're right. Branches of accounting. May I ask my question in the examination? Branches of accounting. Number 1, financial accounting. Number 2, cost accounting. Cost, COST, cost accounting. Number 3, management accounting. Number 4, human resource accounting. Human resource accounting. Number
5.
next, number 5, corporate social accounting. Any branches ఇచ్చాను ఇప్పుడు నేను branches of accounting కి?
5
branches.
So 5 branches. ఈ 5 branches explain చేస్తాను. ఈరోజు క్లాస్ క్లోజ్ చేస్తాను.
Okay.
టుమారో TPSS ఎగ్జామ్ ఉంది. మీరు ఎవరైనా రాస్తున్నారా?
No, sir.
Yes.
Yes sir, no na?
No.
So I am the invigilator for that. Exam will be closed by 12 o'clock. Again starts by 1 o'clock. Correct 1 hour gap on the 1 hour gap lo I'll try to take the class tomorrow also. Okay na?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. So 5 branches of accounting lo first branch of accounting is the financial accounting. Financial accounting ante enti? Identify చేసి మెజర్మెంట్ చేసి రికార్డింగ్ ఈ క్లాసిఫికేషన్స్ అన్ని చేసాం కదా till the preparation of final accounts will be called as a financial accounting work. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Cost accounting is the accounting
Yes, sir.
procedure. Cost accounting is the accounting procedure where followed, where ante ikkada, where in the production units. ఫ్యాక్టరీలో ఏదైతే అకౌంటింగ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఫాలో అవుతుందో దాన్ని కాస్ట్ అకౌంటింగ్ అంటాం. రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్? ఫస్ట్ బ్రాంచ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ అకౌంటింగ్ ఏమో టు ఐడెంటిఫై ద రిజల్ట్ అండ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్ ద బిజినెస్. Second branch of accounting is the cost accounting for the identification of the cost, for minimizing the cost, for maximizing the profits, etc. Am I right or not? For that, where accounting procedure using, whatever accounting procedure using in the production houses will be called as cost accounting. Okay na?
Okay, sir.
What is the purpose of cost accounting? Cost to ascertainment. Take, for example, I am producing pen. Unless otherwise knowing how much cost involved in this production, I cannot fix a selling price for this. Am I right or not? For that, you have to know the cost of the product. To identify the cost of product, for that, an accounting procedure is there. What is the major involvements in the production? One is the raw material. Second one is the wages. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
సో ఇవన్నీ ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయి ఉంటాయి. మెషరీ ఇన్వాల్వ్, ప్లాంట్ ఉంటుంది, ప్లాంట్ లో మెషరీ మెయింటెనెన్స్ ఉంటుంది, వర్కర్స్ ఉంటారు, వర్కర్స్ వేజెస్ ప్లే చేస్తాము, రా మెటీరియల్ యూజ్ చేస్తాము. ఇదంతా కంబైన్ చేసేసి, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ ప్రొడ్యూస్ 100 units టుడే, 100 pens ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేశా. హౌ మచ్ రా మెటీరియల్ ఐ యూస్డ్? how many labor hours are used, how much machine hour used, total cost combinedly divide by 100 pence is equal to cost of 1 pen will come. For example, my cost of 1 pen is 5 rupees. Then on that 5 rupees, I fix my profit margin 10% or 20% or 5% or 2% of profit margin selling price chestam. So when you want to fix the selling price, you have to know the cost. Whenever you want to know the cost, you have to follow the accounting procedure called cost accounting. Simple, na? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then, so third branch of accounting is the management accounting, what you are learning. So for decision making, whatever accounting procedure will be used by the managers will be called as management accounting or accounting for management. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
So, మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నాను, డేటా ఫర్ ద మేనేజ్మెంట్ అకౌంటింగ్ అనేది ఇందులో టూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఏముంది, రేషియో అనాలిసిస్ ఉంది, ఫండ్స్ ఫ్లో స్టేట్మెంట్ ఉంది, క్యాష్ ఫ్లో స్టేట్మెంట్ ఉంది, తర్వాత కంపారిటివ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అనాలిసిస్, కామన్ సైజ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అనాలిసిస్, ట్రెండ్ అనాలిసిస్, ఇవన్నీ చదువుకున్నారు మీరు నాకు తెలిసి. సరితా మేడం చెప్పారు ఇవన్నీ. ఐ యామ్ రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్?
Right, sir.
ఇదంతా డేటా ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? ద డేటా ఫర్ ద మేనేజ్మెంట్ అకౌంటింగ్ ఈస్ financial accounting data and cost accounting data. The data which is supplying by the financial accountant and cost accountant will be the data for the management accounting. So where financial accounting and cost accounting ends, their management accounting starts. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Management accounting will not have any own data. The data management accountant will derive the data from the financial accounting as well as the cost accounting. Where those two branches ends, third branch starts. Okay, na? That's what you are learning in this subject. Then fourth branch of accounting is human resource accounting, the accounting procedure which will be followed by the HR departments. Okay, na?
Okay.
అంటే ఏంటి, రిక్రూట్మెంట్, ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది పొజిషన్స్, దెన్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్, శాలరీ డిసైడింగ్స్, ఇంక్రిమెంట్స్ డిసైడింగ్స్, తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి ట్రైనింగ్, డెవలప్మెంట్, ఎట్సెట్రా, వాట్ ఎవర్ దట్ అకౌంటింగ్ ప్రొసీజర్ is there for that, that will be called as human resource accounting. You see fifth block, in that human resource accounting is there. You learn in the fifth block.
Yes, sir. Unit 15.
తర్వాత కార్పొరేట్ సోషల్ అకౌంటింగ్ రిలేటింగ్ టు ది, you are doing business in the society, all resources you are taking from the society, after production you are selling to the society, so that you are earning from the society, then what you are doing, what you are giving in return to the society freely, that is corporate social accounting. That is also comes under the block 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? So total
Yes.
block 5 theoretical information only, not the problematic part.
Okay.
Block 1 also theoretical part, not the problematic part. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Block 2 and block 3 and block 4 is the problematic part. Block 2 and block 3 completed by Sarita madam.
Totally theory, sir.
Which one?
First block and fifth block.
Totally theory. మంచి థియరీ క్వశ్చన్ 4 చదివితే అయిపోతుంది, ఎగ్జామ్ లో హ్యాపీగా రాసేయచ్చు.
Okay.
బ్లాక్ 2 ని, బ్లాక్ 3 ని సరితా మేడం కంప్లీట్ చేసింది, బ్లాక్ 5 ని నేను కంప్లీట్ చేస్తాను. బ్లాక్ 5
Yes.
అయిపోయాక మళ్ళీ ఓవర్ వ్యూ ఇస్తాను అన్నిటికి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి. ఓకేనా?
Okay.
సో ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ ద బ్లాక్ 5, బ్లాక్ 4 అగైన్ ఐ విల్ గివ్ ఓవర్ వ్యూ, ఎట్లా ఎగ్జామ్ కి ఎట్లా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలో కూడా నేను చెప్పేస్తాను. ఓకేనా?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So shall I stop the class today?
Sir, managerial decision making, please not say.
Managerial decision making అదే నా బ్లాక్ 4, కాస్ట్ వాల్యూమ్ ప్రాఫిట్ అనాలిసిస్, ఆల్టర్నేటివ్,
Yes, sir.
డెసిషన్ చాయిస్, రెస్పాన్స్, అది నేను తీసుకుంటాను, చెప్తున్నాను కదా రేపు.
Sir, Telugu.
I'll take that. Block 4 is my work,
Oh, yes, sir.
I'll take 4. Okay, tomorrow if I get the time I'll come. If
Okay.
I comes also, if I may come little 10 minutes late, I may go little minutes faster. Okay, na?
Sir, this time only, no?
I didn't
Same
understand.
time, huh?
Same time, 12 only. My time is 12.
Tomorrow also same time, huh?
Same.
Okay.
Same. 12. I'll come by 12 every day. Every day means whenever class is 6 classes I've given, no?
Yes, sir.
Out of 6 classes I'll come by 12 only.
Okay.
So tomorrow 100% class will be there, but 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes different. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
See you then.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bye. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. నాగమణి గారు హ్యాండ్ ఎత్తారు, ఏంటో అడగండి మ్యామ్.